So you clicked on a video about color. That's funny because I'm making a video about color right now. Hey guys, welcome back to TutsByKai. I'm Kai, and today we are back once again, taking a look at some color. And I figured that I would do a color theory type of tutorial today because with every single tutorial that I do, we always use some type of color, whether it be pixel art, whether it be Blender, whether it be drawing or whatever. It doesn't matter. Every single time, color theory matters depending on what you're doing. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Every single time it matters. The colors you choose heavily impact your project, your scene, your whatever you're doing at the time. So I figured it was a really good thing to do. So, getting started, color theory is not exactly what you think it would be. A lot of times when you look at tutorials that say color theory, it's going to teach you all the things about color and all the stuff and all the amazing things that it does and all of this backstory and all that. I'm not really going to do that today. What we're going to do is we're going to look at some examples, and I'm going to explain to you how to choose different palettes and different colors to make your art a little better. Not necessarily better, but more pleasing to the eye, rather. So let's get started. I want to go ahead and start off with one of the most violent colors you can think of, which is, of course, red. Red can be a disgustingly ugly color if I were to paint something like this. Now, if I was making a YouTube thumbnail, maybe for a gaming channel or something else, then I would want to use extremely vibrant, oversaturated colors like this to get my point across, to get viewers' attention. Now, we're not doing that. We're making art, so we don't need to worry about trying to grab viewers' attentions by using bright, distracting colors. So what I'm going to do is to soften this, I'm going to first desaturate it a little bit, and I'm going to darken it ever so slightly. And then on top of that, we have a color that's like this, which as you can see is much nicer than the first red that we have. Now, I'm going to do this one more time, and I'm also going to hue shift. Hue shifting is pretty much just dragging this hue slider to the left or to the right. Now, some colors will look better to the left, some colors will look better to the right. It all depends on what color you're trying to go for. Personally, I think red looks better, closer to the pink side, instead of the orange, because the orange starts looking like fall colors or like blood orange. And that's not really what I'm going for. So we're gonna go a little bit to the pink, and then you can see if I paint this now, we have a little bit slight hue shift to the pink, but it is still 100% red. So that looks much better. So we have this extremely saturated, disgustingly ugly red here, and then we have a desaturated version of that same red. Then we hue shifted that red right there and created our final red color, which looks much better than this color right here. So that is a super easy way of getting better colors, and this works with every single different color. Let's do a couple more examples here. Another color that's extremely difficult to look at 100% saturation is royal blue. Look at how terrible that is. That's this is my least favorite color in the world. I absolutely hate this color. And the funny thing is, my favorite color is blue, but I hate royal blue to the ends of the earth and back. It's absolutely disgusting. I cannot look at that for like more than 5 seconds. I can't look at it now. I just want to hide the layer. But if I desaturate this color and paint the same thing that we did before, it becomes a bit easier to look at. Much, much easier to look at than that. So much. Oh my gosh, I'm getting a headache from looking at it. Now, if I were to go ahead and once again hue shift this maybe to the purple this time, we get something that's like this, which is once again nicer than the color over here. When you see this color, you're like, oh, that looks good. Yeah, that's not purple at all. It's 100% blue. But then you go over here and it's like, ooh, all right, that's not good. But if you look at this for a long time, you're like, oh, that's a nice color. Then you go over here and like, ooh, that's better, you know? Now, if you look at these from one to the other, this one will look more blue than this one, obviously, because this one looks like solid purple. But if you just stare at this one for a while, and look at it and take it all in, then you go back to this one and it's like, oh, it is purple. But the problem is here, we have a color that we've created that in contrast to a purple will still look blue. Because of this, we now need to go ahead and say, oh, okay, well, maybe we want something that still looks blue instead of having a nice, softer kind of, not overlay, but kind of filter or film or what's the word I'm looking for here? Some kind of overlay. You know what I'm saying? Where the color's a bit softer, it's a bit more pastel or something. It's a bit more pastel, but without the lightness of pastel. So it has the same kind of desaturation, has the same kind of non-vibrancy, but it is not as white as something like this, because that's a pastel color. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at this same purple. So I'll paint this initial, let's do, what's a really, really harsh color? We'll do pink. Oh, pink is deadly. Pink is deadly. So we'll do this extremely bright hot pink, right? Then I'll desaturate it. Almost 50% of the way. We have something like that. Let me put them next to each other. We have something like that, right? Looks good. Looks better. Then I'll hue shift to the red to put a bit more life into it. And we have something like that. Now I'll desaturate and darken a little bit. Maybe you're going for a deadened pink color, right? Maybe you want a really vibrant hot pink like this, but I recommend, instead of making it 100% pink like this color right here, instead of doing that, I recommend shifting it to the red just a little bit, so you have something like that if you want a hot pink, because there's a clear difference between these two colors. This color on over here on the right hand side, if I can get a black, and with the same thing with black too, you don't want to go solid black sometimes, make it a little desaturated, but yeah, anyway, so this color over here has life to it. It has life, right? And this color looks like it's just like, it was manufactured in a lab. It doesn't look that great. It looks kind of raw and lifeless. But this one over here, this looks like it has a nice quality to it. It looks all happy and sunshiny, bright and stuff. So what I'm gonna do is, with all of those pink colors that we just created, I'm gonna move those up really quick. Move those up, and we'll just create a couple more palettes here. So I want to do a green as well, and let's go to a new layer here. And just scrub my brush around the hue slider here, and then just get a bunch of different hues like this. If my opacity wasn't messed up, that'd be fine. There we go. You can see that all of these colors are kind of in the same family here. They all have the same type of look to them. Even when I go to pinks or blues or purples or reds or whatever, they all kind of have a similar vibe to them. It looks like the hungry caterpillar. But yeah, you can see how we have all of these different colors really working together nicely. Instead of jumping around to a bunch of different values and a bunch of different saturations, we have something that works really nice. Now, if I were to go ahead and put 100% saturation on all of these, it would look much, much worse. So let's go ahead and see if I can recreate this hungry caterpillar. You can see just how crazy this would be if I was using 100% saturation for all of this. It's just, ooh. It looks like some kind of Tonka truck now, right? Looks like color blocks for children, for toddlers, right? Doesn't look great, but for toddlers that's great because it helps, develop colors, but that's not what we're doing right now. We're trying to create pretty art, and you can see the difference in these two caterpillars here. Complete difference in these two different pieces that we've just made here, these two different palettes. It's insane the difference that saturation and value make in color, and that is all I have for you for today. If this still of this video right here doesn't let you know what I'm talking about, then I don't know what to say. I hope you guys and girls enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to let me know down below. As always, really appreciate all the support on the videos lately. I don't hardly ever say that, but I always mean it. But yeah, I just wanted to say that. Haven't said that in a while. I really do appreciate all the comments and all the likes and all the support and views on the videos. Really glad that you guys enjoy the tutorials. I'm so glad I get to help you guys out every single day. So yeah, look forward to more tutorials. I'll see you guys in the future in the next one. But until then, bye-bye.